I was like reflecting back today, and I was thinking about, the several places that I've lived, in the United States, and, what my next move is going to be. And if I want to actually live in, this United States, this country, you understand? And it just dawned on me like, man, life is what you make it. I know that there's a real simple slogan, like it's been used so many times, from so many people and so many generations, but it's just that plain and simple. Like, life is really what you make it. Like, you can give all excuses in the world of why you don't have this and you don't have that, and you can bitch and complain about all of the things that you don't have, overlooking the things that you do have, and just overall just taking that time out to complain while you should be really thinking of a master plan to get what you want and need in life. That plain and simple. You can look at what everybody else has, right? And say that I deserve this and I deserve that. But the reality of it is that you don't, because if you deserve it, you would have it. You would work hard enough to attain these things. So I hear a lot of people like in the DMs, or I read at least, reading my DMs, on my emails, and they tell me, Langston, please help me out. This is happening and that's happening, and I want to move to Charlotte, but I don't have enough money. Or I don't have a car. I don't have this, or I don't have that. And, what can you do to help me, Langston? And what I can do is, what I can tell you is the only person that's going to help you out and get you out of your situation is you. I really don't have, like, a lot of answers to you all questions. But you all have answers to your own questions. For me to sit down and solve your problem is for me to take the time out of my day to help you all out. And time is money. So the best thing I could do is tell you, hey, listen, you should do A, B, and C. But at the end of the day, you're entitled to do what you want to do in life. But it's crazy. Like, some people will sit back and tell me how desperately they want to get down here to live in Charlotte. How desperately they want to change their life. How desperately they want to change their eating habits and everything that they see that's wrong in them, but they'll turn around and do the same exact thing that they said that they want to change the next day after the next day after the next day. And at times I suffer through that same type of situation. I'll procrastinate. I'll sit back and say, yo, I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? I've been going on a detox for the longest. You understand? But at the same time, I'm not complaining. I know what I have to do for me. I know what I have to do for me. And I can't look at the next person and say, man, I deserve to be in that situation. I deserve to have these amount of weights. I deserve to be built, cocky, and stocky, and all the rest of that. Yeah, but I'm not putting in that work like that man over there is. I deserve to drive a new car, but I'm not putting in that work like that man over there did. And it's just that plain and simple. We could talk about in the minority community. We could talk about capitalism and systemic racism, Stockholm syndrome, just some of everything that redlining, things that hold black people back. We could talk about that all day. But we do realize that these things exist and that they're not going away anytime soon. So what you have to do is work through it. We do realize that we have to work 10 times harder to get to where we have to go. Now that we realize that, guess what? Let's do it. Let's get it done. Other than that, to continue to bitch and complain about it ain't getting you anywhere. Seriously. Like, as much as I could talk bad about America and how, police brutality and they're killing us and they doing this, that, and so forth, and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. There's opportunity on this land. And there's opportunity that other countries can't provide. That's the truth. Like, in America, you got to take the good with the bad. You just do. But this is the truth, man. No matter what we may think about America, America's still a land of opportunity. And if you haven't made it, meaning like in your own way, if you haven't made it, it's not because of everybody else's fault, it's because of yours. You can sit back and bitch and complain and talk about, well, my family's holding me back and they don't want me to do good and blah, 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 and my friends and blah, and my co-workers and blah, blah, blah. Everybody has a choice. You don't have to be around those type of people. Let me tell you something. The family members and friends that don't motivate me, that don't push me to go above and beyond the norm, that want to talk shit about me behind my back, that want to be a thorn in my foot, I get rid of them. I get rid of them. So what's your problem? I know what it is. You too emotional. You too emotionally attached to your mother. You too emotionally attached to your father. You too emotionally attached to that man or that woman that you're dating, even though that you know that motherfucker's no good. That's your problem. Don't blame your problems on the world. Don't say it's the world's problem. Don't say it's this person's problem. That person's problem is your problem. Because you chose to deal with them. You chose to deal with those negative people. You chose to live in that fucked up environment that you're in. You chose to drive that raggedy ass car that you got. You chose to eat Twinkies and donuts and cookies and cakes and become overweight. That was your choice. Just like it's my choice to have bags under my eyes because I'm losing sleep. I can't blame that shit on you all. I can't sit here and say, even though I've done it, and it is totally wrong. I can't blame you all for staying up all night doing YouTube videos and editing and all that stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with you all. You want to know why? Because I have a choice to do it or not. And at the end of the day, like literally, you all ain't gonna lose no sleep over me. Or because of me losing sleep, you gonna lose sleep. That ain't gonna happen. So life is what you make it. It really is. And I realize that. And this is the reason why, like, you'll see people have things and you'll say to yourself, that's unattainable. You'll sit back and you'll see a rich, successful, wealthy black man make millions upon millions of dollars, and your excuse for him making that is because he had to blow somebody off. He's part of the Illuminati. He worshiped the devil. Why can't that man just like be a black man or woman that just bust their ass in order to get to where they got to? That plain and simple. Why does it have to be some other person involved in order for a black man or a black woman to be successful? I don't get that. And the crazy thing about it is, at the end of the day, the reason why you think it's unattainable, the reason why you think that they might have cheated or used a cheat code, might have blew somebody off, or did some type of satanic worship, or sacrificed one of their brothers or their mothers or their uncles or sons or whatever for some money, it's because you're not capable of doing what they do. So if you can't see it in yourself to get to that level, you damn for sure can't see it in them. So therefore, you definitely have to give an excuse or a reason why they have what they have. And it's not, and in your mind, it's not just busting your ass. It's they had to have done something foul, dishonest, immoral against their principles in order to get what they got. And that's crazy to me. And this is the reason why you are where you're at and they are where they at. I realize that, man. I realize, that at the end of the day, you don't count nobody's money. You don't. That most of these, like Breakfast Power 105 or whatever, yeah, they have Dr. Umar up there and Louis Farrakhan and different people like that. Yeah, they'll throw in some good people. You understand? I ain't gonna say Dr. Umar is necessarily good. Like, that's another, I should do a video on Dr. Umar, because I read in the comment section of that Power 105 sidebar. I read in the comment section of the Power 105 interview that Dr. Umar recently did, and one dude said, what are y'all gonna do when he finally opens up the school that he was talking about opening up? And I didn't reply, but I wanted to say so bad, it's about goddamn time. It's about time. It's been over 10 years that you've been saying you're gonna open up this damn school. And at the end of the day, once you open it up, there's going to be a tuition. So, once again, you're not helping out the black community, because most black people that you're talking about helping are poor. They can't afford no tuition. But yeah, true indeed. Every now and then, Power 105 has, good people up there. But for the most part, it's ratchetness. It's people. It's gossip. Grown men and grown women gossiping. I've learned to leave that shit alone. I don't want to hear gossip. I don't want to hear about other people's shit, because it's not mine. It's not mine. You know where I'm focused at? Right here. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. I can't focus on my next door neighbor got a BMW, and her son just graduated from college. I think Penn State, because she got one of those things up in the front of the yard that states that he graduated and all of that stuff. And she went, I think, I'm not lying, because I seen both cars, like they got both cars at the same time. So she got a BMW. It's like a sports car. I don't even know what it's called, but it's a BMW, right? Brand new. She got a BMW, and she got him a brand new Honda Accord. Why am I looking over there? Why am I focused on what she doing? It's not in my driveway. It's not in front of my garage. It has nothing to do with me. So I can't hate on that woman. At the end of the day, I gotta give her props. Period. She's a homeowner, and I'm more than sure she looks like in around her mid-40s, right? And I'm more than sure she's retired, because I'm at home most of the time. And I see her car never leaves out of her driveway. But why am I gonna hate on her? And why am I focused on her? No, I should be focused on what I'm doing. Period. And if anything, if I need some pointers on how to get to the top, or at least get the same car she got, I need to go over there and ask her what she does. How does she get there? And it'd be optional to her, for her to say whether she, wants to tell her story on how she got what she got. Other than that, there's too many haters on this planet. And haters is too many people that want to be. It's too many people that want to have the riches, the cars, the money, the clothes, the hoes. But you're not even willing to work for it, to attain it. Everything I have in my house, it's mine. I work hard to get it. Ain't nobody give me shit. I made sure, that's my word, I made sure that this camera that I'm recording on, that this microphone, this Rode microphone that I have, and I have a Canon T3i. I'm about to get a T3. Either I'm gonna get a T6S, or I might just mess around and just get an iPhone. I don't know. I just want to switch it up, man, because that's another story. I want to step up my production again. But I managed to that Canon T3i, this GoPro, the whole setup I got here, the ring lights, the studio lights, all of the stuff that I have. I have a lot of equipment. All the stuff that I have, can't nobody tell me shit. I paid for it. It's mine. I worked hard for it. Pause. You understand? So it's like, now I can run a YouTube channel. But before, it was like, man, I don't know how to do this. I don't know this. Nah, what I did is I did my research, and I got up off my ass and made it happen. Yo, listen, before I get off, right? If you believe in God, hey, listen, that's all on you. But at the end of the day, even God is not going to help you. God is not going to put in the hours. You're going to have to go to work. Now, according to your religion, I'm going to go based on your religion. God wakes you up in the morning. God makes sure that you have based on your religion. I don't necessarily agree with this, but I'm just going based on your religion. God makes sure you wake up in the morning and that you're able to breathe. He's not gonna do he got you on that, but he ain't gonna do the rest for you. You're gonna have to put in those 40+ hours if you're looking for if you want to get something, if you want to gain something, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, or whatever it is, whatever goals that you have. Other than that, you got to make that happen. And you can't blame anyone for your failures except for you. It's just that plain and simple. Ain't nothing deep about it. Ain't nothing spiritual about it. It's that plain and simple. Life is what you make it. If you fail, that's on you. And don't give me that crap like, oh, I hear the violins play when people start talking that sob story shit. Well, I've been through this and I've been through that. Everybody been through some shit, yo. You ain't the first and you ain't gonna be the last. I got a story to tell too, but you know what? Like, think about this. How far can that story take you? How far? Until you meet that right person and that right person says, hey, listen, man, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Show and prove. Do what you got to do. Other than that, everybody been through some shit. Some far more worse and some not as bad. But everybody's been through something. That's what life is all about. You go through some shit, you triumph from it. That plain and simple. Other than that, I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm not gonna make no excuses to you all. If I make excuses if you ever hear me bitching and complaining on my channel, call me out in the comment section. Straight up, you have that right to do that. Other than that, life is what you make it. And if you don't make it, whatever you trying to achieve, if you don't get it, guess what? It's two things. You fail and you have no one to blame but yourself. And then the second one, and I hope you do the second one instead of the first. You fail, you got back up, and you said, you know what? I'm not going to give up until I succeed. Thus, let me go ahead and quote this famous slogan that I got from this book. You all have heard of the slogan before. The book that I've read called The Greatest Salesman in the World, written by Og Manning. And the slogan is, failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. I'm going to say it again. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. So, never give up. I don't care. I got an email, and I'm not going to say your name, but this person had an eviction on his or her credit, and they were like, what am I going to do? That's a messed up situation because evictions, they stay on your credit for 7 years, but there's still a way. I had 2 evictions on my credit, and you can get someone to co-sign, well, not co-sign for you, sign for an apartment, or you can find a one single owner that owns a house and that may want to gamble with you. Like, you might could deal with them and say, listen, I'll give you 5 months rent ahead and a deposit. In other words, regardless of whatever you're going through, you can get through it. I'm telling you, you can get through it. Life is what you make it. So be the king and the queen that you are, that you were born to be. No matter what race you are, be the best at being you.